Hello guys, and welcome to another quick tutorial from Vintage Radar. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the watch battery on your Casio Royale. So this is going to be the Casio AE-1200WH. You are going to need the CR2025 watch battery type. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below to that watch battery type and the watch tools that I use in order to work on my watches. As you can see, I have the basic watchmaker toolkit, and this is going to be very useful for replacing batteries, for opening your watches, for adjusting the bracelets and removing the straps. Today I'm going to use the pin remover in order to remove the bracelet, so to open it up, a metallic pair of tweezers and a non-metallic pair of tweezers in order to maneuver the watch battery. And in case you want to be very nerdy, you can also use an air blower in order to remove all the possible, let's say, dust and impurities that might have gotten inside the watch. Lastly, I'm going to use a screwdriver with the Phillips head. You can find this exact screwdriver in the basic watchmaker toolkit in order to remove the 4 screws on the back of the watch. So the first thing that we are going to do is to take the pin remover and remove this pin right here, or the one from the micro adjustment, in order to open up the bracelet, just like this. Now I'm going to remove the pin or the spring bar right here, and I'm going to place it on this side of the table. So what I recommend is to have all your tools on the right side and all the pieces that you remove from the watch on the left side. Now, something to take into consideration when removing the back of the watch is to see that here we have Casio written in this way, and also it matches the Casio on the front. So when you put the back onto the watch, so back together, you want to have it matching the front of the watch. So I'm going to place the watch just like this, and I'm going to work with my watch facing this direction. So I'm going to take the watch back and I'm going to put it right here in the same position that I removed it. This is going to be very useful, especially if this is the first time that you are replacing a watch battery. Now I'm going to take the screwdriver and I'm going to unscrew all the 4 screws on the back of the watch, and I'm going to place them on the left side. Some of you might ask whether your water resistance on your watches is going to remain the same after you have replaced the watch battery, and the answer is yes, if done correctly. And now I'm going to remove the last screw right here. And I'm going to remove the back of the watch just like that, and as you can see, it is going to be facing this way, so I'm going to place it facing downwards. Now here we have the watch movement and the watch battery. In this case, so in this particular model, you do not need to remove the movement. You are going to do that only if you have some impurities in between the watch and the crystal that actually prevent you from reading the time. And you always want to make sure that these buttons actually perfectly touch the metallic parts right here in order to have full contact. Now when we want to replace the watch battery, there are going to be a few steps that we want to do. The first one is going to be to open the watch battery cage, then we are going to replace the battery, and then we are going to do the AC reset. As you can see, here we have after battery replacement, contact AC with minus using tweezers. I have seen some other tutorials where people remove this sticker, but I wouldn't recommend to do that because you do not need to do so. Now what we are going to do is to take the metallic pair of tweezers, and we are going to use one tip of the metallic pair of tweezers in order to open the watch battery cage. And we are going to go right here in between the plastic and the metallic part, so the metallic clasp right here. So I'm going to go at a 90-degree angle, just like that, and then I'm going to push it towards the exterior, so towards the side, and the watch battery cage is going to open. In case you feel that you are applying too much pressure, you need to stop and to re-evaluate, because you can easily break this metallic clip right here, and that is going to prevent you for being able to close the watch battery cage. Now I'm going to take the non-metallic pair of tweezers, once again link in the description box below to all the tools that I actually use, in order to maneuver the watch battery. I'm going to use the same watch battery since this watch is almost brand new, and this is a tutorial so that you know how to do this. So as you can see, we have the CR2025 watch battery type by Panasonic. So I would definitely recommend to go and grab one either by Panasonic, Duracell, Renata. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below to a more premium one. This way it is going to last you for around 10 years or even more on this particular model. So we are going to maneuver the new watch battery with this non-metallic pair of tweezers. And let's presume that this is going to be our new watch battery, and I'm going to place it the same way it was positioned initially. So with the plus facing upwards, just like this. Now I'm going to push it gently inside all the way. So make sure that it gets inside its groove. Once again, make sure to order this exact battery type because the CR2016 or the CR2032 are going to have the same diameter but are going to have a different thickness. Now what I want to do is to close the watch battery cage, and I'm going to hear a snap when the clip is going to go in its position. Just like that. Then if you flip the watch around, you might see that the watch is at the same time, or in our case it needs to be AC reset. So as you can see, the module inside needs to be reset before actually being in perfect working condition. And what we are going to do now is take the metallic pair of tweezers right here. So what I want to do is to insert one tip of the pair of tweezers inside this hole and then the other one on this metallic plate, and hold it for 3 seconds. Then when I flip the watch around, it should start from 12 o'clock. So this is a good indication that we have done the AC reset properly. Now when you open the watch, sometimes the gasket might fall, or maybe it is going to come off when you replace the watch battery. So always make sure to put it back in. And as you can see, we have a small groove right here where it needs to go in place. And after you position it, make sure to push it down a little using your pair of tweezers. So make sure that you do not push it down using your fingers so that everything remains clean inside. Now we are going to close the watch back, and we are going to do it in the same way that it was done initially. As you can see, we have Casio facing this way, so as it was when we opened the watch, and I'm going to take the back of the watch and place it in the exact same position. Now as you can see, if you do not position it correctly, your beeping sound might not work because the back of the watch was positioned the wrong way. So I'm going to place it where it was initially in the same direction, and now I'm going to put back the 4 screws. I'm not going to tighten them all the way. I will do that at the end, and you do not want to have them too tight because if they are so, your water resistance might not be kept. So make sure to go all the way, and we are going to tighten them just a little at the end. Usually if you do this several times, you'll actually start to feel when they are tight. So now I'm going to tighten each and one of them just a little. Just like that. I'm going to double check that everything is working, and now we are going to put the bracelet back together. And now I'm going to take the pin and I'm going to position it right here at the first micro adjustment as it was initially, and I'm going to use the pin remover with the other end in order to put the micro adjustment back together. Now after you have replaced the watch battery, you will need to do all the settings, so the setting of time and date and so on. I have a full guide with all the functions and features of this particular model, link in the description box below, so make sure to check it out as well, guys. Make sure to also pre-order the watch battery and the basic watchmaker toolkit so that you are fully prepared to replace your watch battery. Lastly, guys, if you want to purchase your first vintage watch, make sure to check out our website vintageradar.com because we have thousands of vintage watches for sale, link in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the next one.